Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on to the front stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on. Oh, that's just the mood I'm in tonight, y'all. Keep on to the front stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on. Yeah, I'm just practicing for the holiday festivities. Somebody, let's groove tonight. That's the feeling you get when it's Thanksgiving, season's greetings, and all your house should be filled with that aroma of food cooking. I mean, your house should be smelling good. You should be feeling good. Everybody, is something in the air. Dun, 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 dun. And y'all know every Thanksgiving, y'all know what you get. You get a whole lot of Dallas Cowboys football. 4:30, right around dinner time, boy. I'm gonna have me a plate. I'm gonna be sitting right in front of the television. It's go time. That's what I'm talking about, man. How y'all doing tonight, man? Welcome to We Talk Sports, the People Show. Glad y'all tuned in tonight. What's up, Evelyn? What's up, Sharon? What's up, David? Let me get my panel on here real quick, man. I ain't gonna take y'all. I know some of y'all in the kitchen with your wrist twisting like it's stir fry and all that. Your house should be. I smell what I smell in here. I smell ham. I smell turkey. I smell cake. I smell pies. I want to go to the kitchen. That's what I smell. It smells like I need to go up there to the kitchen. But I'm gonna do this show, and then I'm gonna sample everything tonight. I promise you guys that. Happy holidays. In case we get too carried away, happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays. If you have a little extra, make sure you share. All right, I'm gonna bring my first panelist to the screen tonight. What up, Justin? What's up, homeboy? What's going on, man?
The smell of sweet collards.
You got collards over there?
I will tomorrow, though.
I'll be over there in 15 minutes.
Beans, greens, potatoes, yams.
I know that's right, man. I know that's right. Also, you do traditional Thanksgiving, or you just fix a feast? What you guys do?
Keep it traditional. Keep it traditional.
Keep it traditional. Okay. What's up, Cynthia Monroe? Glad you could join us this evening. Nicole Middleton, how are you? Also, before I bring my next panelist on, let me put this link in the comments in case one of you guys want to join us as well. That's why we call it the People Show. So what's up, Woody Winbone? That's why I put the link in. If you see a HTTPS ://StreamYard.com, that's the actual link where you can actually come on the show with us, and we're just talking sports tonight, man. Let me bring on my next guy. What's up, Nicole? Bring on my next guy, John Jellybean. No, he ain't Kobe's friend or son. It's just John Jellybean. What's up, Darren? What up, Jellybean? What up, man?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man, we're just chilling, man. Here for another week of We Talk Sports. Glad you guys are here. I put the link in the comments as we normally do, so that if any brave soul wants to join us, they can, because we talk sports. All right, we got to start this thing off real quick because we got a real quick turnaround. Hey, Kathy, a quick turnaround this week. Okay, the Dallas Cowboys coming off of a 19-9 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, man. All right, give me your first thought on that. What you got, Justin?
Overjoyed that it's over. I had it as a loss.
Okay. What do you say? Is John frozen? He'll be back with us shortly. I thought going into the game that we had a very, very good chance of winning that game. I wasn't expecting.
Mike is breaking up. What was the question?
First comments on the 19-9 loss to Kansas City. Hey, Monica Davis, happy Thanksgiving.
Like we talked before, CJ, I just a bad game.
Okay.
Nobody really showing up for Dak, and
that's two bad games, though, John. You say just a bad game. That's two bad games. We just can't keep having bad games.
But it's two bad games.
Yes. Two bad games. We got to figure it out. We got to figure it out.
I just think it's an interesting thing that I saw. It said we have 3 losses.
Right.
We lost the Denver game was a blowout.
Right.
And a rout. But 2 of the 3 losses are by 12 points or less, and it was to the 2 teams that played in the Super Bowl. So, I thought that Cowboy Nation, everybody was kind of like the world is crashing in, and but for us to lose to the Super Bowl matchup from last year, and we lost by a total of 12 points or less, and with those 2 games combined, I said maybe it's a silver lining in there somewhere.
Well, we don't like losing, so I can
No,
understand it. I can understand
No.
anybody that was feeling a little bit upset or frustrated, but you shouldn't be deterred. I think the goal is still there. I think if you look at last year after 10 games, we were 3-7. 3-7. This year after 10 games, we're 7-3. I want to know what all the fuss is about. What really are we complaining about? And you got some of the better teams in the NFL are losing to teams that they're not supposed to be losing to, that are having subpar outings. So what makes us any different? You got teams that has some of the heavyweight contenders, they have a lot of injuries. We got a lot of injuries. So players going out to COVID, we got players going out to COVID, in the offensive line, our offensive line is being shuffled, not as much as last year, but it's still being shuffled, So we got injuries just like everybody else has injuries, but we're at the midpoint of the season, a little bit past the midpoint of the season. And we shouldn't panic right now. What we should do is wait, because we want to be peaking at the right time. Week 16, week 17, week 18, when we go down the stretch, Redskins, Cardinals, Eagles to end the season, and then going into the playoffs, and that's the next thing I want to ask you guys. A lot of people say, I don't want the Cowboys to get a first round bye. We don't need a week off. I'll go ahead and start this one. I disagree. If we can get a first round bye, I would love to get a first round bye. Kicks us right over into that divisional playoff game, and it's a less of a chance for somebody else to get hurt. Some people think we may lose momentum in the bye week. I don't think that. We've already know what that feels like. I just think we need to get in the playoffs as healthy as we can, and wherever we fall, that's where we fall. What do you guys think about ending the season or potentially getting a first round bye? Justin?
I like the first round bye for the exact reasons you said. I think it's a great idea for us, and I just think it would give us a home playoff game as well. We'd have home field throughout the playoffs, and it would be good for us to have our home fans.
Right, definitely. And I know I want a home field. We're gonna have home field for the first round, but if you get that first round bye, like you said, you get home field throughout the playoffs, and we all know that could work to your advantage. Less travel, teams don't like traveling during the playoffs, and it's a longer season. I know people say it was only one more game, but one more game is really, really big. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Troy Byers? What's up, Anthony Rogers, Cheryl Duhart Davis, Monica Davis? How you guys doing this evening? I put a link in the comments if anybody wants to come on and chat with us. I know y'all in the kitchen doing what you do on this Thanksgiving Eve, and everybody has something to be thankful for. Kenny Britt says, rest the team. I like the first round bye. Exactly, my brother. I like the first round bye as well. John Bean, he's back. Let's see what's going on. You back, John Bean?
I'm back.
Hey, I'm glad you're back, man. So we were talking about while you were gone. How do you feel about going into the playoffs with a first round bye? Do you like the fact that we could get a first round bye, or do you like keep playing? Because there's been a divide with the Cowboy Nation as far as do we want a first round bye, or should we just keep playing? What's your philosophy on that?
I'm back and forth. This year, I do want the first round bye. I think we need time to get some players back.
Right.
The way we played before, the Cowboys last couple of years, they couldn't handle time off. They need to keep on playing and keep that momentum going.
I know that's right. Kenny Britt says frying turkeys. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, fry them turkeys, my brother. Fry them turkeys. Derek says, let's ride, Cowboys. He said another word in front of that, but y'all can read. That's what it is. So let's talk about some players, some key players on the team, man, that we got to talk about. Tyrant Smith, give me one word that describes Tyrant Smith to you. When I say the word Tyrant Smith, what comes to your mind? Justin?
It's a sentence. He's sicker than a second grader.
What do you think about John Bean?
Just be prepared. He ain't going to play a whole season.
Okay. I said a word, though. Injured. That's the word that came to my mind. Injured. You know what I'm saying? He Kenneth Britt said he's a beast, which he is. He is a beast when healthy.
The
So
best ability is availability.
Latasha Cooper says, "Good evening, CJ. Happy
Yes,
Thanksgiving.
sir.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. I know you're over there baking something, Latasha. He is a beast, Kenny, when he's healthy, man, but he's injured. You know, Kenyon says off and on. You got that right. On the field and off the field. And I don't even want to rush him back, man. This is the time of year. If he's going to be out, I'd rather him miss some middle of the season games than miss the end of the season and going into the playoffs. And I know
He got that
the
bone
haters,
spur, so he's gonna have to get surgery.
hey man, I understand that, but I'm not the team doctor. I'm not in it. You know, he got to play. If he can play, he gonna play. So that's just the way it is. All right, CD Lamb. What comes to your mind when you think of CD Lamb? Jelly Bean.
Beast.
Okay. What you got, Justin?
A warrior. Warrior, because I mean, even despite the concussion, he's been trying to like fight to get back to be cleared to play tomorrow.
Right.
And I mean, I said that just speaks volumes.
I just said number one pick. You know, I like that guy. I'm glad we got him in the first round. He's exceeded my expectations, and he's still growing into the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got him in Coop as wide receiver 1, A and B. You know, I like both of them. You know, Coop's my guy, and we're gonna talk about him in a minute. But CeeDee Lamb is that guy, man. Kenyon says hands. You know, I call him the Kraken. Hands like tentacles. Yeah, man. If it's in this area, you know, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna catch it. He has a couple of drops, but that's to be expected. You know what I'm saying? He's a young receiver, but I think as he seasons out in the NFL, 3 or 4 years on his belt, man, he's gonna be right up there with the best of them. And I'm glad that he's on the Dallas Cowboys. All right, Ezekiel Elliott. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Ezekiel Elliott, John?
He's a warrior too.
Okay, the warrior is your word. So we're just gonna circle you in for warrior. Okay,
That was Justin. I use beast. Justin used warrior.
Okay, warrior. Okay, what you got, Justin?
He's a gas when it comes to the team. I feel like Dak is the engine and Zeke is the gas that he's pretty much the fuel that
Right.
he's tone setter.
I think $96 million. You know, you know, but not in a bad way. Because like, you know how like people call you big money sometimes? I need you to perform like big money. So if I call you $96 million man, that means you're gonna go out there and do your job. He's the best, he's one of the best blockers in the NFL, though. You know, what he likes in his running ability, you know what I'm saying? Because he's injured, you know, the knee is messed up right now. He has ankle injuries, you know, running backs get beat up. That's why the lifespan of a running back in the NFL is like what about 2 to 5 years, something like that. Yeah. You know, it's not long. So I just think, you know, I love Zeke, man, you know, and I just need the guys in front of him to do their job so he can do his job. You know, no one man can do anything. The wide receivers can't catch the ball. The running backs can't run the ball. The quarterbacks can't throw the ball without the offensive line. So we need our offensive line to tighten up a little bit. Kenyon says, Mr. All-Around Game. Yeah, man. Zeke is the real deal. You know, I just want to see him healthy so he can contribute to the team, man. Now we're going to talk about Amari Cooper. How do you, we're not even giving one word for Amari Cooper. How do you feel about Cooper and his non-vaccination? You know, I'll start because I just want to make sure we're taking this conversation in the right direction. It's not up to me or anybody else to tell you somebody that you need to get a COVID shot. You know, you just have to be more careful. And the NFL does have a policy in place, policy and procedures in place for you if you are not vaccinated. You simply have to get tested. About every day? Something like that. You got to get tested every day, and you got to wear a mask, and you got to follow the protocol. So if he was doing with everything that the NFL asked him to do, which allowed you to play, I don't see him as being a bad guy or a distraction. Now I know Michael Irvin came on and he really threw down the gauntlet on Cooper, but I don't feel the same way. He could have got the virus even with the shot. So he wasn't breaking any rules. He's been the consummate professional ever since he's been on the team and I fully support his decision whether he wanted to get vaccinated or not. Because believe it or not, life is bigger than football, and it would be selfish of me, to be a hypocrite and say I need all my family and friends to get vaccinated, but then a guy that plays football on my favorite team, I forget he's human, and because I like this team, oh, he should have got vaccinated. That's not me. That's hypocrisy. I wouldn't be the person that I am if I said that. You feel me? So what do you think, Justin?
Do your research and handle your business, on the field and off the field.
Right.
He's I think he just was a little careless. He's pretty good about
stop right there. Explain to me how he was careless.
Well,
because a lot of people get this thing mixed up.
We don't know.
There hasn't been any reports of him going to any parties. There hadn't been any reports of him doing anything outside of the facilities. Were not allowed. There's no video. There's no story. So we can't. That's an assumption, and it's kind of like a bad assumption that he was careless. We can't say that.
Like maybe his camp advised him differently. Maybe that was the case. But I mean, we missed him last week.
Well, why? Yeah, you missed him, but that's selfish of you. You missed him, but if he didn't want to get the vaccine, that's his decision.
Yeah, I mean, I respect his decision.
Right. It's just like Tyrant Smith. He might have got the vaccine. He done missed more games than Amari Cooper. Why are we coming down so hard on Amari Cooper? We miss Tyrant Smith too. We need him, but because he's injury prone every year after year. Done missed 27 games plus, but nobody. We're mad at Cooper.
I guess it's similar to the Kyrie Irving situation, kind of. I mean, that's probably the best way to look at it, kind of.
I don't think it's even similar because the NFL policy and the NBA policy is totally different, But I understand what you're saying. We don't agree on this one, but I get your point. What do you think, John?
I agree. I mean, he just was unlucky. And
that's a good phrase. NFL, I like that.
NFL just has their way of doing things, and we gotta wait till we get him back. Like you said, right. At first I was thinking he's hurting the team. I was with Michael Irvin. I was with Jerry Jones. At the same time, I'm not vaccinated. I'm not doing certain things because I got to keep my wife and my daughter who have health conditions, and my daughter have health conditions.
Right.
My daughter can't get that right now.
I got you.
And I got to do things for my family.
Right.
And it was his choice not to get it. It's hurting the team right now, but it is what it is. He ain't gonna be a Cowboy his whole life. He's gonna be Amari Cooper his whole life.
There you go. I appreciate that comment, man. Respect.
I just find it intriguing that he's missing 2 games, which is 14 days, while Aaron Rodgers was able to play and miss 1 game.
And that's a whole different story. Now that's the story that's a whole different perspective. I would prefer you have said that than what you said previously, because it seems like just like in America, it's 2 different sets of rules for 2 different sets of people. So that's the story right there. Aaron Rodgers, little small fine slap on the back. He right back. Now he got a broken toe. He got a toe. See, I think it's the element of the narrative. The media pushes the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get me started on that one. But I just had to.
And Amari Cooper's a Cowboy.
That's right. If anyone feels that you have the right to force vaccine on anyone, then you also feel that women have the right to get. No, now we're not gonna put abortion in there, Troy Byers. No, we're not. We're not doing that. We not. No. I'm not. We're not talking about that. That's 2 different things. Now we're not trying to add to the conversation. We're trying to stay on topic. But I understand what you're saying. So I do understand. Yeah, Kermit says, while you all say true, but the facts are that the COVID-19 situation is going to kill some teams in the playoffs. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it's going to do a whole lot of damage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we understand, Troy, it's your body, but we ain't talking about your body. We're not that deep into this thing. We're talking about the choice of getting the vaccine or not. And we all said that it's the person's choice. So if it's your body, it's your body. But that's a whole different conversation. We would turn this conversation all the way to something else. So we're not getting into you and your body. No. We respect you. We respect all women. We respect their bodies. Yes. So let's just right there. All right, then. Back to regular scheduled programming. Micah Parsons. What's the first thing that come to your mind when you think of Micah Parsons? John Jellybean.
You know, I told you I had a feeling, CJ.
Right.
That beast, man, all around. I like what he said. He said, everybody talking about I'm gonna hit the rookie wall. He said, I'm gonna keep climbing the wall. I want to see what's on the other side.
Exactly. I appreciate that. Yeah. What you got, Justin?
4 words: defensive rookie of the year. I put interesting stat came out this week that says he has more tackles for loss than Aaron Donald does.
He does.
And his numbers this year are better than what Chase Young had last year as the defensive rookie of the year. So I find that quite intriguing, and he's literally changed our defense from night and day.
Yeah, but Justin, I heard today also that they said he might even mess around and be the defensive player of the year. Forget rookie.
It's very possible. Troy says Parsons is a beast. He's all over the field, man, where the ball is. Exactly, man. What he says, the Lion, that's what's the name of that movie? The Lion King. That's what I got. The Lion King. The boy, man, he is way Kenyon says Terminator. Man, he don't even play like a rookie, man. You know,
CJ, if you gonna call him Lion King, we might as well just call the defense Animal Planet. We got a wolf hunter and we got a Lion King.
Well, that wolf hunter you got ain't hunting wolf no more. But
man, wolf hunter, he. Man, Justin, I don't know what he hunting. I don't know what he's hunting.
Albert says young bull, man. Yeah. Now I didn't even have Vanderbilt on my list to talk about, but since y'all brought him up, you know what I'm saying? When was the last time Vanderbilt hunted some wolf? I'm just asking. You know, here's the deal with Vanderbilt. If we play a running team and they are straight ahead running team, he's gonna have a great game. But if he played them little scat backs like Alvin Kamara and they get the dishing on them, it's gonna be a long day. And third downs are gonna be horrible. I'm just saying, you know. As Kenyon said last year, but it had to be early, and it won't that often. You know,
well, he broke that collarbone.
He had some flashes, but he didn't. I'm talking about it wasn't like when him and Jalen Smith was both out there doing all of this together. You know, it wasn't. That's been a minute. That's been a minute. So I do understand.
The wolf hunter is the crocodile hunter now.
No, he still got game, but I think he's playing kind of reserved because of his contract situation. They didn't
pick up the 5th-year option.
Right. So if he gets hurt, you know, he's not gonna get no money anywhere. So I think he's playing kind of cautious. I don't know if anybody thought about that, but he's in a contract.
Would you re-sign him?
To be honest with you, depends on what the money. You know, depends on the money. It depends on what kind of money he wants. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants money now. You know, and teams are willing to pay that money. You know, teams are willing to pay money to guys that they think they can bring in and make their teams better. Man, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Y'all know how that goes. So, So Vanderbilt, you know, he got some more time left in this season to prove he's worth a big time contract. But even when he gets that contract, I don't see him getting no more than a 2-3 year deal. You know, and I don't think it's going to be outrageous. You know, he might get somewhere between $8 and $11 million a year, but I don't see it being any higher. You know, Loretta White says, "Hey, Cowboy Nation." All right. What about Dak? Give me your straight and skinny on Dak Prescott. You know, what you got, John? When you think of Dak Prescott, what do you think about?
I think Dak still has it. I just think that sometimes, I don't think he gets the help from the receivers that he needs to get. Sometimes he takes it all. He takes it all on the chin. He always has. He don't blame nobody else.
Right. Okay.
But sometimes he needs to get help from receivers. And last week
says philosopher. Evelyn says my QB MVP. Okay. We got Jay.
I say leader, and then to quote a former Cowboy, That's my quarterback.
That's our quarterback. That's
But he's a consummate pro, and he's
right.
everything any kid that's coming up playing football, I would show them how he conducts himself because he's a professional, through and through. When things are going bad, he's a professional. When things are going good, he's a professional. And that's what you want.
When I think about Dak Prescott, man, I mean, and y'all know, I deep dive into sports, especially football, and especially my Cowboys. But when I think of Dak Prescott, the most scrutinized quarterback maybe in the history of football. You know what I'm saying? Everything Dak does, you know, he can have the same game as Justin Herbert. All the commentators will come on the sports shows the next Monday and be like, Justin Herbert, he had an MVP performance. And they'll say, Dak Prescott had a good game. You take notice of that? You know,
yeah, the Denver game. We lost to Denver, and Dak put up 16 points in the second half, and it wasn't talked about. We were dragged a whole week.
Right.
And then that same day, Buffalo loses to a one-win Jacksonville team and scored. And Josh Allen, the presumptive MVP candidate going into the season,
exactly,
and the presumptive Super Bowl champ, and Stafford that same day laid eggs and nothing. Crickets.
I'm with you. All right, Troy Byer says when he's on. But the two games against Denver and Kansas City, the throws was off. The ones that should have been caught, they dropped. Yeah,
the whole team played bad though.
We did all play bad, but here's the thing you're gonna get from Dak. You're gonna get more good than you're gonna get bad.
He's never cost us a game.
You're gonna get more good from Dak, and you got a better chance of winning with Dak. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. You're gonna get more good than bad. Now, Kenyon said they called it garbage points. Hey, look, man. 17-game season. Everybody's not going to play at an elite level. Tom Brady's had bad games this year. Justin Herbert's had bad games this year. Lamar Jackson has had bad games. I think Kyler Murray's even had a couple bad games, but they still won. What's the boy
Russell
name?
Wilson.
Aaron Rodgers has had bad games this year. It's like, but if you're the quarterback of the Cowboys, it doesn't matter, you know. And he gets more scrutinized than any other quarterbacks. So it is what it is. But I tell you what, though. We, every time I see number 4 with the uniform on and available for a Cowboy game, I know we got a chance. That's how I feel about the situation right now. That's what it's called. The host called it. They was wrong. Exactly. They always wrong, you know.
But the Kansas City game.
Teresa says a born leader and accepts responsibility for his action. That's right.
The Kansas City game was interesting because they were playing their defensive backs 10 and 15 yards off because they knew we didn't have our 2 deep threats to stretch the field.
Right.
So they were daring. They were like, okay, we can live if Gallup or Cedric Wilson bust a circus catch and they make a big play and they make us pay for it. Okay, we'll live with it. But the likelihood that they will, we know that they probably won't. So we'll just give them the short stuff underneath.
I have a question. So, and most everybody that follows the Dallas Cowboys, you know, I consider you a student of the game of football. You know what I'm saying? So, if you guys are watching the same game that I'm watching, and you see that the offensive line is not blocking, you know, like Dak was sacked 5 times last week and hurried or pressured 13 other different times. That's 18 times. You know, and receivers were dropping balls. He didn't have his full complement of receivers. Then CD went out with the concussion. So he was throwing to all of his backup receivers, you know, the tight end, of course. But when you see this, you can't blame one thing on the quarterback, even though the quarterback is the most prominent position on the field. But some things you should see, you be like, well, the line is not blocking. We're not going to be able to do much today. But it's like, Dak. Well, why'd you get sacked? Because I hiked the ball and they were in my face. And they had an all-world defensive end, you know, that's coming around that corner, and my left tackle is out. You know, some things we got to be able to see as a fan to know what's going on in the game. You know,
it was a new left guard, and what a lot of people don't realize is we were actually down Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Blake Jarwin because Jarwin didn't play at all either.
Exactly.
And we never really established the running game. And early in the season, we established the run early. And then that opened things up for the play action game, which opened up the passing game. We've gone more to pass heavy offense as opposed to being balanced.
Exactly. Here's something that a lot of fans overlook during games, and mostly big games. Sometimes it's not even the players, it's the coach. You know, we don't scheme right. We don't call the right plays. We go for it on fourth down. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a big thing that the coaching plays a part. We went for it on fourth down one game twice in our own side of the field, and we didn't get it either time. And it was a short field for the other team, momentum change, and it hurts the team. Let's see what Troy is saying here. For anyone that feels that the coaches shouldn't change up the game for Dak, and they didn't, frustrating to watching him get sacked the way without making adjustments. Boom, coaching. Exactly, brother. Exactly. You know, and Troy says, yes, the coaches let us down. Yeah, because this thing is it's more than just the players, it's the whole organization, man. And one thing I do, I get a little bit frustrated of is like everything coming out of Dallas doesn't even come from the coaching staff. You heard Jerry Jones say it. That just ticks me off, man. When I hear Jerry give out information before the team, you know, like the head coach has a press conference, and you get more out of the press conference from the owner than you get out of the press conference from the game. I don't like that, man. How you feel about that, John?
I feel the same way.
Yes.
You talking about when Jerry Jones leaking stuff?
Basically.
Yeah, I think he's just still a puppet. He's still a puppet.
Man. Exactly. I go upstairs and make, look, man, the injury report I went out. If you want to say
Jerry
something,
Jones hires his puppets.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. All right. So we got to move on, man. We got to take that. I need all the Cowboy fans to repeat after me. We got to take that Kansas City game. It's out of there. We're 7-3. We're still in first place. We got a quick turnaround. You know what that means? That means tomorrow we got action. But we ain't just got any old action. We got the Raiders coming to town, boy. Y'all remember the last time we played the Raiders? It was a lot of interesting stuff that went on in the Raider game. Mm-hmm. This might be one of my favorite moments of all time in any football game that I have ever watched in my life. Stay tuned. Here it goes. This is hilarious.
I have never seen this.
I haven't either.
Never seen this.
Georgie's looking at it from above.
Because you have to raise that to a 90-degree angle, right? It has to be dead vertical.
Look at this. Can he put a card in between it?
Look at you. He can barely contain himself. He's saying that piece of paper hit.
Who remembers that? You remember that, John Bean? You remember that, Justin?
I remember that.
Man, that was hilarious, man. When he stuck that guy during when he stuck that little card, when he stuck that card down in there, and the best part of it was the smirk on his face. He was like, "Get out of the way, get out of the way," and he hit that first down. I was like, "Bruh, I don't know if it was the first down or not. I don't know, but I'll take it."
But that was also the Black Cat game. The Black Cat ran across the field first.
Yeah,
it was.
Didn't that happen? And then the end of the game, Jeff Heath.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Punching Derek Carr's back, and he fumbles.
Hey, that was awesome. That was awesome, man.
I think it was a Halloween game too.
Exactly, man. That was awesome, man. So we got the Raiders coming up, man. How do you guys feel about us matching up against the Raiders, man? John Bean, how do you feel we match up against the Raiders?
I feel like we need to get the running game established because I wasn't thinking about it, but they do was saying today they got some boys up front, and Chiefs only had one, Chris Jones, and they got two of them up front.
Right. Okay. What you got, Justin?
Same thing.
Prescott.
Lean on the running game. Their secondary is a little open because they had some turnover with Arnett getting cut. But that pass rush could cause problems if Cleveland Farrell's back there, and they also have David Irvin. So he could wreak havoc too.
Oh yeah, definitely. They have players, no doubt. But I think right now we do need to run the ball on offense.
And they got a Cowboy killer.
We need to get back to doing what we're normally doing. You know, that's dominating on offense. I don't think we're gonna come out and have 2 bad games on offense. I really don't. I think we're gonna put up some good numbers on them. But the thing that scares me the most about the Raiders is like everybody's expecting them to pass because they pass more than they run. But they got 2 running backs that can get the job done.
Josh Jacobs
and Kenyon Drake, I do believe. Yeah, so they got running backs and they have an offensive line so they can get the job done. So we need to come in like, hey, look, we're fighting for our lives. We just lost the game. We need to give them the as I call it, the Atlanta Falcons treatment. That's what we need to give them. We need to give them the Atlanta Falcons treatment because if not, it's going to be a long day. I'm going to tell you that right now. And if somebody ruined my goddamn turkey day, it's going to be some smoke in the city. I'm just telling you that right now.
Well, the last 3 Thanksgivings haven't been kind to us. We got blasted by Washington last year. The year before that, we got blasted by Buffalo, and the year before that was the Charger game. So, but the last time we played the Raiders on Thanksgiving, the game was close and went down to the wire, and they had Terrell Pryor quarterback. So, the game always goes to the wire when we play the Raiders. For some reason, they play us tight.
We got blasted by the Panthers too, Justin. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, a couple Thanksgivings.
Hey, look, it's our house. It's a new year. We 73. We coming out there, and we're going to kick the Raiders' butt. CJ said it first. And since y'all on the subject, I need your scores of the game. I got the Raiders 31. I got the Cowboys 31, the Raiders 13. That's what I got. I'm not playing with the Raiders, and I ain't going to take a snap, but that's how I'm feeling right now. What you got, Justin?
I'm going 28-17 Dallas.
Okay. What you got, John Bean?
I got 28-21 Dallas.
Okay. That's what it is. All right. Troy says he got 27-13 Cowboys. Evelyn says 31-17. Reginald says we better show up. Well, you're daggone skippy about that, man. You know, we're gonna have to take a trip around some other sports right now, man. Reginald says 27-17. And after he said we better show up. So I guess he gave us a 10-point victory. Natalie Lowe says 21-10. You know, Tisha Red says 30-20 Dallas. Okay. That's Valerie Grigsby said 28-21 Dallas. Okay. We got to win this game, man. 8-3 is a lot better than 7-4. I can tell y'all that right now, you know. So, and y'all know all the haters will come back out and talk sports. Let's talk about something else. I'm a Laker fan, y'all. That's my NBA team. I'm a Laker fan. And right now, we absolutely suck. Now, we're playing somebody right now, Justin. What's the score?
It is 60. It was 66-60 at the end of the third. LeBron had 22 points, and we losing to the Pacers going into the fourth. Anthony Davis is out with some type of stomach bug or whatever he got.
Nicole says we will win. Now
he has a fever. That's what he got.
The thing about the Lakers, man, and I said this before the season started. I said this before the season started. Anytime you get all them old dudes together, man, all y'all want to do is drink wine and smoke cigars. Ain't nobody trying to play no basketball. Them young boys out there playing basketball now, man. You know, we got us an older team. Let me stop real quick because this is what really frustrated me the other night. What I told y'all what's going to happen 1 game or 2 or 3 games this year. We're going to need a 3-point basket. And who I said was going to try to take the shot? Russell Westbrook. The other night, we needed 3 points, and he done took a 3 and ain't hit nothing yet. The ball's still in the air. I'm not a Russell Westbrook.
With Russ, it's been Friday night. We had Dennis Schroeder play against us, Boston and LA last Friday.
I know.
Schroeder literally was going 1 bounce at the rim on Russ. Then last night against the Knicks, Elfrid Payton goes 1 bounce, slides to the left, and pulls up and hits a 3. Whereas Russ still standing right in the same spot. Now, when you get it busted
by
Kemba Walker with 2 glass knees, and fourth and fifth tier point guards is giving you work, we got problems. Now, the rumor is Brooklyn is about to make a trade, which would send James Harden, to Philly for Ben Simmons, which is doomsday for us because that is the only person that could really probably move the needle to help us.
Right.
And Daryl Morey, for those who might not know, is the former GM of the Rockets who traded for James Harden when he was with OKC. And Daryl Morey and Harden are known to be a package deal. So if you get one, you get the other.
Okay.
The reason that Philly didn't get James Harden last year was because Philly didn't want to give up Ben Simmons.
I got you.
It's getting interesting because now Philly's saying that there's reports that saying that Ben Simmons is running out of money and he might cave into Philly and go back. Now,
I'm gonna tell you right now, how can you make $34 million a year and you running out of money?
Well, they finding him every day. Every day you get him.
Yeah, but he already collected on a few he's been playing in the league. He's been in there 5, 6, how many years?
He's been since
he shouldn't be running out of money, but I mean that's not my business. I don't know, but I was just asking.
But the interesting thing is,
hey Diane,
for Laker fans, if the trade comes down to Daryl Morey having to make a trade, and he's already said that Russ was the worst trade he ever made. If it comes down to trading Ben Simmons for Russ or Ben Simmons for Harden, the Nets will win out. We will be stuck. So
okay,
be interesting.
What do you think, John, about Lakers basketball? Or you don't really follow?
I'm beside myself like you, CJ.
Okay. Well, how about this?
I don't know why we bring on all these older heads.
I know, man.
And Russ is in the last year of his deal, and he's making $45 million. So we could lose Russ, and then all we'll be able to trade to get Damian Lillard is air and space.
Well, there it
is.
And
that don't have high trade value.
Well, let's keep it going with basketball, but I want to flip it over a little bit. I was privileged the other day to just be sitting in front of my TV, and I think I was watching ESPN, and it said, coming up next, the #1 South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the #2 UConn Huskies. We're talking women college basketball right now. So I was like, what? How can you get this lucky to stumble upon a #1 versus #2, So I didn't see that.
You did, but it was a put the kid to bed game.
No, but my point is I did get to see the #1 and the #2 game. And it actually for a half, it was very interesting, and both teams are loaded, South Carolina, however, came out in the second half and just ran away with it.
And Becker's had a bad game. She did have a bad game.
Exactly.
And Gino, I like what Gino did because he did go publicly and throw her under the bus, but to me at first it was like I didn't really like it. And then I thought about it and said it's setting a precedent that everybody's treated the same. Like just because she's the star of the team does not mean that she is exempt from that treatment.
Alicia Tate said, yes, go Gamecocks. Yeah, Dawn Staley went to UVA right up here, All-American, All-World. She came down there and picked up where the old coach left off and took y'all to some newer heights. South Carolina Gamecocks balling. But UConn is the perennial power as well.
I'm an Asia Wilson fan, so I'm hyped. I'm hyped that they won. So.
Okay, good deal.
Partial.
You watch college basketball, women's basketball, John?
Every now and then, I watch the championship and stuff like that.
I got
we had 1 versus 2 last night too with Gonzaga and UCLA. They really won a game, but
it really won't. And the reason I brought up the women's game because we don't talk more. We need to talk more about women's sports. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I brought that up. All right.
And there's talk about expanding their league. WNBA wants to expand beyond 12 teams too. That's something else that's getting talk about.
Okay. Well, what about the college football playoffs? Anybody paying attention to that now?
I have been.
So yeah, I have as well. But it's getting down to the end of the season, and college football playoffs consist of 4 teams. I always thought it should be at least 8. Because every year there's a controversy and there's something going on with a team that felt they should have got in that didn't get in. This year, the team that people don't think will get in, but right now they're undefeated and they just climbed up to #4 in the standings. That's Cincinnati. But the top 4 did change a little bit. I think Ohio State and Alabama flipped spots from 2 to 3, and Georgia remained #1. How do you feel about that top 4 in the college football playoff field, Justin?
I like it. I'm nervous with Cincinnati. Cincinnati plays in the American Conference. They don't have a championship game. you have a Big 12 championship game where you could see Oklahoma versus Baylor or Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State. And if Oklahoma somehow wins, then they're a one-loss team. And that would be more convincing of a resume to put in the playoff than a Cincinnati whose last game would be against the number 24 team in the country in Houston. So, and then the Michigan-Ohio State game makes it interesting.
What does Lee Corso say? Not so fast, you know, because I think when you look at the college resumes, the biggest resume of them all is a 0 but behind your record. You know,
Right.
I know Cincinnati doesn't play in the Big 5 conferences, but the games that they did match up, and I think it's with the top 5, top 10 team, Notre Dame, they put them to bed. They beat Notre Dame. So you can't say they can't play with the big boys because they showed when given the opportunity, they can play with them, and they won.
I believe Cincinnati's in the catbird seat. They're in a great situation because Georgia and Alabama have to play each other in the SEC championship
But you was
game.
just defending or making an argument for Oklahoma State. You know,
No, I'm saying I think it's unfair for Cincinnati that like they could go undefeated and still not get in.
If they go undefeated, they get in.
Well, I'm thinking the committee might stick it to them because they don't have a championship game, and I don't think that's fair.
I think
you undefeated, you deserve to be there.
Go Cincinnati. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, Bearcats. I'm 100% with the Bearcats. All right, last subject we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna get back to cooking them hams and turkeys, the stuff in the greens, the pies, tomatoes, potatoes, and all that stuff. The NFL is expanding to 40 teams. That's 40. How do you guys feel about that? John, I'm gonna ask you first. How do you feel about that?
That's my first time hearing that, CJ.
Well, the first time talking about it. Well, I need you to say something then. How you feel about it?
No, my screen keeps freezing. My internet is bad tonight.
I got you. It's okay.
I think it's good. I think that the players are gonna. I think the players are gonna have a problem with that too, though, because they already don't like the 17 games.
Right. Yeah, but the games probably gonna be the same.
There's gonna be a lot of injuries. It's gonna be a lot.
Well, if you add 8 more teams, that's 53-man roster. You know, 400 or 500 more players. You know,
more money to be made.
Yeah, a lot of money is gonna be tossed around. So I'm just asking your personal opinion.
Where the team's going?
We don't know that yet.
We don't know yet.
Well, what we're saying is, how do you feel about the NFL expanding? That's the question. You know, how the players feel and et cetera.
I like it.
Okay. How do you feel about it, Justin?
I like it. I like it. I wonder where they're going to be, but I like it.
Okay.
I like it. It's exploratory talks right now. Pretty much the breakdown would be it'd be 40 teams. Right now we're at 32, so you're really adding 8 teams in,
right.
And it would be 8 divisions, and you'd have 5 teams per division. Currently, right now, the NFL has been public saying that they wouldn't mind giving St. Louis another team, and they've also said that they wouldn't mind expanding into Mexico City. So those would be 2 markets. I know.
What about London? Davis, you think London will get a team if we go to 40?
The owner of Jacksonville said he wouldn't mind seeing a team in London.
Right.
You do have Mark Davis, who has land in San Antonio. So San Antonio was almost where the Raiders were going to be in the NFL blocking going to Vegas. And Toronto was trying to get Buffalo at one time. So that would be an interesting thing to watch. We will have an international team if this happens.
Okay, since we're on expansion, how do you guys feel about realignment? If we go to 40 teams, you know, because, you know, some of the teams we ain't even where we need to be anyway. Like the Cowboys are out in the Midwest, you know, and we play all the teams on the East Coast. So how is that really the NFC East? If we go to 40 teams, would you guys be in favor of realignment? You know?
Well, the old NFC East used to have the Cardinals.
Now, I understand that, but that's neither here nor there. But my point is, how would you feel if we got 40 teams? You know, we always talk about player safety. Travel is a part of player safety. You know, you're injured, you got to go back home instead of making those long trips. You know, would you guys be in favor of realignment? Do you like that, or you like the rivalries that we have? Because to me, if you're gonna play every team in the NFL every 4 or 5 years anyway, the rivalry game is gonna be there. But my point is, would you be in favor of realign, make new rivalries?
I'd be a little hurt. I wouldn't get my annual Washington football team matchup for us.
But don't you think the new rivalries that it would create would be awesome?
Yeah, I mean, you could do
the Cowboys and the Saints twice a year. I mean, like you got to look at the geographically on the map. Maybe Arizona. I mean, you just don't know. I think it would be. I think it would be awesome. For some realignment. And what if the Cowboys and the Texans played regular season games, home and away every year? They hate each other anyway.
That's a win every year.
But my point is, you don't get to play them though. Like the Cowboys and the Texans, that'd be a real Texas rivalry. It's almost like the Red River rivalry or something. You know what I'm saying? But I like stuff like that because we're so stuck in tradition, that we're just like, okay, Cowboys and the Redskins, which is a good rivalry. I like. But if they were playing the Texans, the Saints, in that area, I just think it would be awesome to get some fresh blood, some new energy, playing those guys 2 times a year, and then you play everybody that was in the NFC East would still play each other once a year. That would be awesome.
I believe that would be something that the NFL would entertain if it's 40 teams. I could see that.
Okay. I just thought I'd throw that out. What about you, John?
I like it. I do like what we have in the NFC East, but at the same time, there's no rivalry anymore in the NFC East. The fans beef.
That's it.
The teams don't beef. You got jokers helping each other up after they get hit. Back in the day, Redskins and Cowboys didn't help each other up. Eagles didn't help each other up.
Diane says, shake up the divisions. That's what I like. So if we're going to do this, moving these teams, adding more teams, give me what I want. I'm still going to be a Cowboy fan, but I just get to go to different stadiums, I'm
getting tired of seeing Cowboys help up Eagle fans once they get smashed.
Well, it's still a brotherhood, when they're in there. So.
Yeah, it is, but it's not a rival like it was back in the day. Like we beef with Redskin fans, we beef with Eagle fans. That's the rival.
Well, true. All right. Final words, man, because we got to get out of here, man. I'm going up in the kitchen and start sampling stuff. So what do you got to say, Justin? The big game is tomorrow, Cowboy Nation, 4:30. Raiders, you're on the clock. What do you have to say about tomorrow's game or anything that you'd like to leave us with this evening?
It's a redemption game for us tomorrow. We'll show up, play hard, give effort on both sides of the ball. And right now, the Lakers are in a dogfight. It is 112, and they going in overtime with the Pacers.
Oh, well, I'll be able to see that in a minute. What you got, John? What's your final words?
Let's get this win. Let's do what we got to do. We haven't done the last couple years on Thanksgiving. Let's get this win. Love y'all. God bless y'all, and happy Thanksgiving.
Mine is, win by any means. All right. Now, I have a question for you because I said that was the final word. I didn't say it was the final question. The question I have, we're coming up on that Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow, and I want to wish you guys and everybody watching a happy, healthy, safe holiday. But the question, 15 seconds or less, what are you thankful for? John?
Thankful for my family. Thankful for my family being healthy.
Right.
For seeing another Thanksgiving with my family. And thankful for meeting you guys. You guys are my extended family these days.
I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, John. What are you thankful for, Justin?
The pandemic has really put stuff in perspective. It's really made you appreciate the little things that you might overlook. So being able to have a Thanksgiving with a small gathering of family, it's some sense of normalcy a little bit in the midst of the conditions that we have. But just to be, have health and, like John said, just being that mental health piece is important.
Exactly, it is. I'm thankful for a lot of things too, man. I'm just my health, my family, you know what I'm saying? Having good friends that I can go to in times of need, that I can talk to, that people that check up on me as well. I'm thankful that I'm able to give back in my community, which we're going to do tomorrow, and just striving to be a better person every day. Little things, You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. For the gift of that I've
Amen.
been given, just to bring people together and make people laugh on a day-to-day basis. And if I can, make you forget your problem. That's what CJTv is all about. It's about bringing people together, you know, letting them know that we're all human, that we all matter, and we care. You know what I'm saying? And that's what life is all about, man. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to fake it. You can accept us for who we are, and if you don't, you don't have to as well. Just keep strolling. You know, that's why I tell people on Facebook, if you don't like the product, if you see something you don't like, just scroll. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no need in you being that bad apple to make other people sad. When you wake up every day, one of the check boxes you should have is, how many people can I affect positively today? Boom. That is. And once you check that box off, everything else is gravy. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, until the next time, man. I appreciate y'all for coming on. But listen, I have a cry right now. I have a cry. Yeah, CJ does cry. We need more women to join the program. We need women to join the program and talk sports with us, because I get a lot of inboxes. Oh, I'm coming on the show next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I'm coming on the show. CJ, invite me on the show. CJ, when I reach out, ain't nobody there. Right? We need more women to come on and talk sports with us, because we know y'all know sports. So I'm going to be looking and reaching out to more women to come on and talk sports with us. All right? We don't want nobody to think, oh, it's just a bunch of guys on there talking sports. No. It's the People Show. It's for everybody. We want you guys to come on. All right, now, I need y'all to go out, eat up all the turkey, all the ham, all the stuffing, all the gravy, all the pie, whatever you got, and be safe. Till the next time. It's your boy CJTv, John Jellybean, and Justin. We're going to catch up with y'all next time. We talk sports, the People Show. We ain't got nothing but love for y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.